Everybody, it's episode 196. We're almost at 200. Wow.
Yeah.
Ugh. I still don't have like a celebratory 200.
Hot stuff.
Also, this thing, you can now show chat. Andrew's here, like it continuously. So no one use any slurs, please. Thank you.
Oh yeah. That's just good advice.
And it's sponsored by Gray Family Snakes, because I didn't change the overlay, so it's like half covering them up. So sponsored by Gray Family Snakes. We're all here. I don't know if we're on our A game, but Jen's on her A game. She told me she was locked in this weekend.
Oh man, I hope not.
Yeah, she said she was locked in, so she's going to make this the best episode ever.
I hate you so much.
At DNA.com. If you don't need the code hashtag shit happens, there are other codes. Just send me a message. I'll let you know. I got codes in different area hoes. Okay, so check it out. All right, sponsor shoutouts. Shane Kelley says he has many eggs, but some of them are moist, which is not the correct disposition of an egg. They send your Rip Kings to Shane Kelley's Small Exotics because sometimes snakes lay their eggs in their water bowl. We don't love that, but he has some good ones.
Yeah, we don't love that.
Yeah. Robin's to the ball python. She doesn't have any shows till June, so she's vibing. And she has no clutches yet. Vibing. And she says she's boring, but I don't think that's boring. I think it's good. It's a time of rest. We're in the season of rest. We love that for her. Bravo to the ball pythons. Justin, Stoneage ball pythons. Nobody knows. No one has ever known. Sometimes
He's
I hear
vibing.
from him that he's not dead, and we appreciate that.
Yeah,
but right now, I'm pretty sure he's just breeding, clown pied, and vibing. Also, Andrew, he's waiting for an avalanche of clutches to start hatching. So he should be resting now to get ready. So that's what I think about that, including some Stimson's pythons. Well, we love that. Thank you, Andrew.
Very nice.
Gray Family Snakes survived multiple tornadoes. That's why I switched it to rain, because I was like, oh yeah, it's time. And they have more clutches dropping, including a het patternless pair. And no shows for them until Daytona. They are also vibing. They're in the season of vibing. I feel like that's smart. Like the summers are sort of weird shows anyway, slow shows. So if you take the whole summer off, maybe that is the way until like things kick back in again.
I do, just as a human being.
You take the summer off.
I do from everything. I'm like, I'm a reverse. What do they call reverse hibernation? It's like
estivation.
Estivation. Yeah, I estivate. I go away in the summer. I bed down in a cave, my house, and I don't go outside. And then in the winter time, the shoulder season, fall and spring, I'm out. But summer, which our summer is actually 7 months long. So FYI, it's not a real.
You're bedded down a lot.
That's why I am so this color.
Hey, Chris at BS Reptilia, he's also vibing. He should have pine snakes, bull snakes, some ball pythons, longicauda, Argentine, scrubs. Other stuff? Maybe. Chris at BS Reptilia. That's the last one. Last sponsor. We did it. Macomorphs is here. Andrew's here. There may only be 2 people here. Holy macro.
That tracks.
No, and if you're on the audio only version, we'll try to explain stuff, but there should be pictures. You might want to be on the YouTube version if you want to, but this is low pressure, so it's fine. Lisa's here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for being here.
All right, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. Took me a while to get back in routine. It's like 4 days running around the desert. And you're just totally out of your routine, which is good. but getting back in it, takes a minute.
The only thing that was affecting me strangely was I felt like I had eyeball fatigue from straining at night in the dark, like at a distance. I usually look at my dumb computer a lot. So that's pretty close. So I don't think my eyeballs were used to that. Did you experience any sort of eyeball feelings?
Well, I did a lot of driving. So, yes. Having high beams in my eyes.
And like just always be like, where are we? Squinting,
and trying
staring.
To find where's a safe spot that's not like a cliff that you're going to drive off, because that's a possibility. That's an option. Yeah, a little bit. You're just, your eyes are just really searching. It's intensive work for lazy eyes.
Right. I guess overall the trip is not that laborious because you do a lot of driving to here, check this, drive there, look at that, drive, and so you're sitting a lot.
You could make it less than even what we did, because we did a lot of stuff a lot of driving during the day. We went to different different cities. We did different like sightsee type things. We could have just chilled all day. Like we could have just
ingested it at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Daytimes are fun. All right, I got pictures. You ready?
Let's do it.
Ooh, everything's changed. There's so many more StreamYard settings. Which one's better? This one? This one?
All
right.
I have no preference. Let chat tell us.
Give
the people what they want.
This is the first being that I saw coming in. Rip King. And it was you were ahead of me by 30 minutes.
Yes.
But I got lost. I went the wrong way, and that's why I saw it.
That also tracks. A lot of things are we're right on track with a lot of things.
So it is very pretty. Do you have any thoughts on Sonoran gopher snakes? Do you think
that's
cool?
A beautiful snake? First of all, I would love to have a snake that looked like this. We could get into the whole bull snake, gopher snake, thing. Perhaps I'll save that unless anybody feels very strongly about it. But it's mostly it's mostly a geographical thing. Where were you when you found that snake? There are some differences in head and some markings, but for the most part, if you're where we were at, those are Sonoran gophers.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a beautiful, beautiful example of a Sonoran gopher, and probably one I would have been tempted to
yoink
to be friends with. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a bummer, but I was like, I don't know. It did get my blood up or something. I was like, except after driving for 7 hours, I'm like, it was like right at the end. I was like, oh, we'll see lots of snakes.
No, it is dead.
It sure is. No, it's definitely dead. He was just like a fresh, recently clipped dead one. Because
it had to. Yeah, it happened just really. You can tell it's still real bendy.
Mm-hmm. I picked it up. This is the hotel. Do you have any thoughts about the hotel?
It's a motel. Yeah.
Yes, technically.
It's on the outside.
You can drive up to it.
Yeah, the doors are on the outside.
Is it in its name though?
It's in an RV park, I think. I don't think it says it.
Where is it at? Was it on 17? Oh no. In an RV park. It's not even in its name. You're right.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. So it's a really interesting place for a lot of reasons. But you're not gonna find outside of like Alpine, which is a bigger town.
All right, let's reference
Mid,
Alpine's down here.
hmm Alpine's a pretty decent sized city for this part of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
It has a McDonald's, so
That's saying something.
it is big time. So outside of cities like that, you're not going to find really your big chain hotels. Like there's no Holiday Inn Express out here. There's no Hampton Inn. There's certainly no Omni or anything like that. Hey, Alex. There's nothing like that. So you're going to basically be staying in character places. I've stayed at lots of different places in the whole region. And I would say for the amount that you pay per night and what you get and the location, it's pretty hard to beat it. But just know what you're getting. Like it's clean. There's no bed bugs.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little refrigerator and a microwave, television, 2 queen size beds, a clean bathroom.
Were there any lot lizards?
No.
There could have been.
Real like lizards. We did.
No, I thought it could have been way worse than it was. There could have been cockroaches having a fucking mariachi contest in the toilet. It was fine. It was fine. And I like that it was a motel because then you could come in and out at 2 a.m. and no one would be like giving you the eye or something weird at the front desk.
Right. Yeah, I think just know what you're gonna get. Don't be going and expecting, the Omni. They even had a little breakfast area.
I never ate it one time.
We did once. We did on Friday morning. They have like the little pancake machine that you see at places. They had cereals. They had little breakfast sandwiches that you could just heat up, fruit, things like that. Very, very simple. But they had that. And I mean, again, for the price, for the convenience of it, like I would do it again for this purpose.
Yeah. And I think if you're going to be farting around these mountains, having your hotel here makes sense, right? If we were way down here, we'd be doing different activities.
Yeah. It would, I think something that people don't get unless you've been out here is the scale. Like we talked about, our joke was like bring someone here from the UK and just blow their freaking mind. And it's like we would, because we're just like, I'm like, oh, like even we went to lunch at this place in Terlingua, and I was like, oh, we're from she's like, where y'all from? I'm like, oh, we're from San Antonio. She's like, oh, that's not far. It's 5.5 hours away. Like it's and we aren't, like, I wouldn't consider it far either. Like, it's actually pretty close compared to like Terlingua, going out to El Paso, even like a lot further. So the scale is pretty crazy. Like just going from Fort Davis to Terlingua. So Davis Mountains State Park is this area, the Davis Mountains, and then going down to Big Bend, it's like at least 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just to get from one side of the park to the other, driving 45 miles an hour, it takes over 2 hours just to drive the roads. I mean, it's the scale of this area, like the state. I mean, it's just huge. It's a huge state, which everybody is familiar with, but it's just everything is in increments of hours to get different places. So
there's many rocky things,
cool rocks
everywhere. If you got a geology nerd, they'll eat it up.
Yeah, get you a good book that tells you about different formations. I have one. My husband has one anyway, and we're always. He was like, I'm going to interrupt y'all while we're talking about God knows what, like going off on something, arguing, just whatever. And he's like, he's like, that's all volcanic right there, and it's called this and that. And I'm like, clearly, I listened really well, but it is very cool because you can see like the different layers, and you can know exactly when they occurred and what you might find in those different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nightbot's been doing good because I fixed it. It was too sensitive to
She smacked him down.
Mm-hmm. Prime alternate habitat.
I don't want to assume they're. It is.
This blurry thing in here is a lizard.
It's a lizard,
but I never really came out.
Not a crevice lizard, although it was in this crevice for 2 nights in the exact same spot.
Yeah, this was a memorial to a herper guy who passed away in 22. We looked him up, and he was like an educator, herper guy, not necessarily a herpetoculture guy. And this is like the first cut we went to.
The very first stop. I don't know. I felt like that could either be a really good omen, or did he die like right here? Because if it was, because people put crosses on the road and things, it's like, did they die like right here? Because I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. But no, he did not die right there, as I understand it. But yeah, it's just really cool. Like I don't know if that was his favorite spot. It didn't work out great for us, this spot, although we did see lizards, and it was a very convenient spot to shine. But
there was a skeletonized deer way up on the hillside that we walked past that was haunting
which we would be remiss not to mention.
So like, who ate that? Wasn't me.
Yeah. Nope, not enough time.
Were you surprised we didn't see any other herping parties? I mean, it's really obvious what we're doing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you see anybody remotely doing what we were doing, looking like we were looking, you know exactly what we're doing.
So I was just expecting either someone to pull over and be like, "Hey, we're doing over there, partner," and then
I would have loved a hot tip.
Yeah.
Well, damn it.
Jen. You can't even go 2 minutes without talking about hot tips.
I know. It's me. But yeah, it would have been. And actually, my husband and I talked about it on the way down. It's like there's people. I've heard people talking about it, saying that there's so many people shining cuts that you have to kind of like. It's like when you're fishing. Turns. Yeah, like when you're fishing, it's like you stake out your little spot, and you kind of have to. There's little rules of engagement, and we didn't run into one other single herper.
Yeah, we were.
Now it's huge. It's huge. So there could have been people at different places. I mean, think about what percentage did we cover? Like,
not very much, but like the most
not
famous
even one
road.
Yes,
we were on it, and we were obvious looking. Because you have to be in Texas legally. So you would think someone would be like, "Hey, partner.
How God.
Or whatever.
Hey, partner.
Hey there. I don't know. What do people say in Texas? I ID'd this one as a southwestern fence lizard. What do you think about that?
I think that's accurate.
And I ID'd the flower as a Texas primrose. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it was just growing. It was the oddest thing.
It looked fake. I was like, this is fucking fake.
It did. It looked like a fake flower you would see just got discarded along with all the trash. And
or and it blew away from somebody's memorial where they
some other herper's memorial where they
That's what I thought it was. And I was like, is this real? But these lizards were pretty much everywhere, and you can catch them sleeping at night.
Yeah. They're cute. They're super cute. And the flower was very pretty and very unexpected. Yeah, there was not another single one. It was just rocks. One flower. And that's it. Oh, it's me. Oh shit. I almost forgot about. I forgot about this.
We what fucking day? Thursday night we did a couple of cuts and drove around a little bit, but then came back. And then Friday day we went to, what was it called? The Chihuahuan Desert.
Chihuahuan Desert, the museum, Chihuahuan Desert Museum, something like that.
And there weren't any Chihuahuas there, by the way, in case anybody's
We didn't
wondering.
see one damn Chihuahua the entire time we were there.
This is a scam. I feel scammed. So it described that place. It's actually very cool. I'd like to go back maybe at different times of the day.
At a different time of year, perhaps. Like, these activities are not. I mean, first of all, it was cooler in Fort Davis where we were than it was in San Antonio. It was 101 in San Antonio on Thursday, and in Fort Davis on Thursday it was 88, 89 was the high. So that was cool. I appreciated that, but that's still kind of hot to be in the desert sun with.
I'm really white.
Yeah, we don't hold up well to this type of exposure.
Yeah, I almost died.
You just look at us, right? Like, if
minutes.
you had to guess,
I wasn't.
Would you say that we tan or burn?
I wasn't pre-gamed well enough.
Yeah.
But it was very cool though, because they had a bird blind.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And there was lots of weird incidentals from Mexico or from that area. There's lots of hummingbird feeders everywhere.
Yeah. The bird blind was really cool. We saw Cooper's hawk try to land a bird because they're bird eaters, and it missed. So felt bad for the hawk. I mean, great for the birds, the other birds, but the hawk, I mean, now he's got to reset and he's got to wait until all those birds feel comfortable enough to come back. So that was kind of cool to watch. Like, I saw him cruising up and I was like, he's going to come down, or she is going to come down. And sure enough, boom, and missed.
Yeah. So. That place was cool though, because most places don't, like, if they want you to bird watch, they assume, I don't know, you have giant binoculars. They did not assume that there. The bird watch was really close to the feeder, to the water source. And you can park in there, and they had all the guidebooks there to check, and you could write down what you saw while you were there. And that was very cool thing to do. I don't know. Most places are like, well, get fucked, go on the boardwalk for the next 3 miles and use your binoculars to look at, I don't know, some teals or something in this lake, and hopefully you have fun.
Hopefully.
This was their depiction of a Baird's rat snake. Do you think this is accurate to how they look in nature?
I haven't found one in nature. Not to be a spoiler.
What about in captivity? Do you think?
I have some. I have 4 in captivity, and this appears to be a unique specimen. But we were just dying. She was like, "Get over here right now and look at this."
It looks like a plesiosaur or something, like, or a mosasaur head. I've never seen any
Draw a snake head
animal
from memory with your eyes
that
closed.
I know, but the eyes are on top of the head, like a.
It's got eyebrows.
It's got eyebrows. It's got a beak, and this pattern is not even Baird's rat snake colored.
Sure isn't.
I think they were guessing what it could be. I just was like, this is impressive.
You're like, does anybody know what a Baird's rat snake looks like? Just put a brown snake up there. Nobody gives a shit.
And don't Google it or look at it in a book to double check.
Yeah, no, don't do that. That would be ridiculous.
I think they'll turn to eat all the little lizards that we saw. We saw many. They probably would think that they're all yummy. Some of them get bigger, maybe too big for an alterna, but
too big even for an adult alterna. Some of those.
But they make many little beautiful babies.
Many babies. It's a really cool place, especially I think for anybody if you're out there, because all the stuff that you're seeing on the side of the road, the stuff you're seeing in the park, like Big Bend or Fort Dave, they have everything nicely labeled. It's got lots of different examples of environments. But if you like plants, especially if you like succulents and cactus, like a lot of people do. I mean, this place is your jam,
And it's
and
all
there's
labeled, and
very
it's
well.
relatively easy to walk around if you're,
Mhm.
I don't know, like you don't want to go hiking in the wilderness or whatever. It's easy to park. There's a little gift shop inside with a bathroom. I think this is a must visit for this
I think
area.
so
I was
too.
impressed, and it's not like huge.
Very high quality, to just be out in the middle of essentially nowhere.
Except it's missing chihuahuas. So
No chihuahuas.
this is a blurry picture, but it's a rusty rumped whiptail, which is what we kept seeing everywhere. Sometimes they're
Mhm.
kind of striped, and eventually they sort of dot out as they get older. So we saw the dotty ones and the stripy ones. It's a blurry picture of a lizard, though.
Well, it was booking it in defense. I mean, you couldn't.
Yeah, I took a long video of one at that when we came back from Cunnilingus, like digging in the leaf litter underneath the trees. But I was like, who wants to watch a lizard dig in the leaf litter? Terlingua? I don't even remember what it's called. Looks good to me. Oh, the Beard's rat snake? Pretty much. Bob Ashley owns it. Owns what? Owns it? Owns. I don't know. Clarify. And we might have seen other ones, but we weren't. I don't know. Were we bad lizard people? We never went lizard
No,
fishing, and
we
then I didn't try
we
that
had the
hard.
little thing. I mean, to catch at nighttime, they're colder, and so it was easier to grab them. But during the day, I mean, we could have grabbed them. I mean, a lot of times, like the fence lizards and stuff, they drop their tails. I mean, I just prefer to kind of just let them just take
Bob
pictures,
Ashley
leave
owns
memories.
the museum. Does he?
I have no clue. That would be news to
That
me.
would be cool. Actually, cooler than I thought. I had no idea. We were
Well,
just there
I would
because it was
like to.
fun.
Now I know who to speak to about the Baird's rat snake picture.
Oh, look at that. He's right. Well, good for him. Maybe I will vin Dallas.
I salute you.
No, it was very cool. I thought it was fire. It was fun. And there was a lady there
Very nice.
weeding in the sun with jeans on. Bless her heart.
And like a fleece, like a wasn't she wearing like a sweatshirt
Yeah,
or
she
something?
looked
Wild.
well insulated. But she said, she's like, yeah, we see snakes here all the time. Y'all are just too dumb to come at the right time. She didn't say that. I was paraphrasing. But she let
Yeah.
us smell a special flower. Not like that.
Oh God. It's and it's actually called a chocolate flower.
Is that what it's called? Is that
It's called a chocolate daisy or a chocolate. I think it's a chocolate daisy.
starfish?
God,
What's it called?
but it really
It's-
does smell
yeah,
like chocolate.
Chocolate daisy.
She's like, y'all, maybe. She's like, y'all are really nice, so I'm going to let you smell my chocolate flower.
That's what she said. Lyre leaf green eyes. Chocolate
Yeah, that's it.
daisy.
Chocolate daisy. That's it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Love that for us. Need more deets. Talk slow. All right, we'll just ask questions.
Yeah.
We'll probably do like a roundup. This is some tacos.
We're trying to give people enough info with not too much info, so if you have specific questions.
How did you feel about dining opportunities in the various towns we went to? Some of them were smaller towns, and so they would close down early.
Or they wouldn't be open. A lot of them don't open, and they have seasonal hours. So that's like a known issue out in, like, when I say, like, when bringing kids, like if you're looking for that place that has chicky nuggies and stuff, good luck to you. There's a place opening up in Sanderson that's supposed to be more family friendly, but it's not the most family. Like older kids, sure, but if you've got like young kids, just make sure you do research and you lower your expectations.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's only open Thursday through Sunday or whatever. So there's nothing to eat really except for gas station, Family Dollar food. I guess if you're like really dying, you could drive 30 minutes south to Alpine and get Mickey D's, but
you could. So there's your chicken nuggies, but I could have sworn that McDonald's wasn't there the last time I was there, but
it snuck up on you.
Because I was looking because the kids wanted something to eat on the way home.
Mm-hmm. No, I thought everywhere we ate was good. This was from what was the place called?
This was in Marfa. This was the Sentinel, which
is
is
Alpine. Are we making?
No, it's Marfa for sure. It's the Sentinel Marfa, which is a newspaper slash coffee shop slash restaurant slash gift shop. Like everything out there is. It's like, and tires fixed also. Like, you know, like they pretty much do a little bit of everything. But I'd been wanting to go to this place in Marfa. So I didn't know that they served like lunch and whatnot. So we found that out on the day. And it was perfect because we were looking for lunch. So they made a really, really, really solid iced latte.
Very good.
Really good. Not good for like small town good, like good. I bought a book for $45.
I forgot about the book.
Yeah, I bought a book for $40. We were like, there's no price on it anywhere. I'm like, what we're saying. I think we had $25 and $35. We thought it was, but it was $45 for this art book. So it's fine. I really am glad I have it. My son enjoys it as well.
We didn't go in. Maybe you've been in before, but there were a lot of like your lesbian aunt's crystal store and
a lot of rock shops, a lot of crystal shops.
Yeah, stuff like tourist trap stuff that was closed down because maybe it was too early or too late. I don't even know when like peak season is.
They just decide. I'm telling you, like it is one of the most frustrating things about going there because you could be like, okay, it says it's open. Then you go down there and they're like, we're closed for the week. We did that in Sanderson and they're like, we're just not open. Or there was a tornado and now we're closed indefinitely. So
if you're going to go down there, I guess you got to just sort of be chill about it.
You got to be chill. You got to be flexible. Mm-hmm. You have to be just willing to kind of drive around and don't go by Google too much because it may or may not be correct.
So there's some more rocks. There are many rocks. I don't know if people need to see this many rocks, but
I think so. But I'm biased.
They look very cool. Everywhere you go, something looks cool. It looks from Jurassic Park. Looks like T-Rex could be walking around all the time.
All the time. Yeah. It is. It's. I'm sorry, dying laughing. I we'll get into it. It's just Nathan's on my side. I'm just gonna say.
Okay, but
he has a vested interest. Probably
we will probably fight about it forever.
Forever. Okay. We'll actually talk about what we're alluding to here, rather than keeping having a private conversation on this podcast. But I don't remember what I was saying about the rocks.
Well, I think the real winners here was the number of mammals, is what I want to say that we saw. I feel like we saw
shocking. It's more than I've ever seen.
They were out and about with babies running around.
Everybody had babies. Everything was out. Everything was really just kind of amazing. I thought the last time I went to Big Bend, I thought I'd seen the most wildlife. And I had at that time. That was in January, February. And then this time blew it out of the water. I mean, we saw freaking everything. Like nearly everything that's out there.
I forget what these are called because it's in
Arabic. An Aldad.
Owl dead.
It's an
Saw
owl dead.
those.
It's a Barbary sheep.
Barbary sheep. Okay.
It's an invasive, so it's an exotic, as we call them here. In Texas, it's an invasive if we don't like it, but if we want to shoot it, it's an exotic.
Well, they want to shoot everything.
Well, if we want to shoot it and mount it on our wall is
the
difference. Like you could shoot that ringtail and technically you could mount it on your wall. But
do you think people call javelinas collared peccaries more or javelinas more?
I've never heard somebody call it a collared peccary, even though that's a perfectly acceptable.
That is a common name amongst
that is. But we
people.
Here have never. I've never heard anybody say it in Texas. Okay, I've never heard anybody.
So we saw these and feral pigs.
Yeah, we saw.
Maybe
I saw
more
huge hogs. Yeah, I've never seen wild hogs out there. Like I've seen evidence of wild hogs, but I've never seen wild hogs cruising around. And we saw piglets. I mean, just tons of them. They're if they weren't such big freaking tanks, I'd swerve and hit them all. But because they just shouldn't be there. And they destroy so much stuff. But the javelina are just super cool. I think they're just the coolest little tanks. Like they're not afraid either. They're just out. They're out in the daytime. They're out at nighttime. They're just living their best life all the time.
Mm-hmm. They're interesting because they're an actual new world.
Yep,
pig.
New world.
They're not really pigs, but they're pig.
Yeah, they're pig-like. Yeah, they're New World pigs, sort of.
So that part's cool. And then very contested.
Oh my God. I don't even want to get into it. I'm kind of tired of it. We saw an animal run across this road. It was small. How small is up for debate, and it has been vigorously debated. I saw it bounding. I did not see it running. Jessica says the opposite. She thinks it was a fox. I think it was a ringtail, and we'll leave it at that.
There was either way, it's fine.
It was
but
the
an
funniest
absolute
thing of the
shit ton
trip.
of like rabbits, hares, gray foxes. Like I don't even put a picture up here because
coyote. We saw pronghorn. We saw pronghorn, which I was very excited about.
We saw elk poop, but not the elk.
Yeah.
It's just everywhere you went, there was mammals. Just
little kangaroo rat right there. Oh, the little kangaroo rats were trying to off themselves, though. They really were. I mean, they would run out.
Not this time.
Not this time. I'm always on the lookout, though. Ever vigilant. I saw a coyote that could be it. That thing looked so crazy. Like it looked like it had seen better days, but I guess that's kind of all coyotes to some extent.
And then what was it, second day? Third day? I don't know. We went back north.
So Bal Mora.
I like to call it Bal Mora, the city in Morrowind.
Yes, I know. I'm like rolling my eyes, like we're so tired of each other.
They're like, stop calling it that. I'm like, let's go to Bal Mora and cast Feather.
We spend a lot of time together. Learn things you can only learn about people that you were in the car with for a long.
So there was like a little town, and then there's a Sandia Wetlands project, little park thing, and a lake, and the park has a spring. And we went and walked around there. And you could swim in and sort of natural wetland things that have a catfish that only lives there and a gambusia that only lives there. And while we were there, we saw a couple squirtles and a snake skin, but no snakes. Did I cover it?
It does. It's a natural spring-fed pool. It's got the coping and around the edges. It's got it looks like a pool, but when you dive into it, they also do diving there. It's got a natural bottom, because it's all spring fed. It's really cool. It's cold all year round, the water, because it's coming up from the springs.
Mm-hmm.
And those springs there is basically where most of West Texas gets its water for irrigation and whatnot.
That place, I think, if you were gonna family trip it, would be
a nice
cool
place.
to because there's cabins and stuff I don't know if you can
Yep.
see what's happening here. So you could rent a cabin and then leave your kids behind and run up the mountains each night to a road cruise and then come back and they can swim during the day while you take a nappy and try not to drown or whatever. But
Yeah.
like it's it's on the northern side of the mountains, but maybe closer to services because there's more gas stations and stuff. Where's the Whataburger location?
There is no Whataburger out there.
What about Waterburger?
That's what I said.
Is there a
There is no
Whataburger?
Nope, none of those things. I don't know where the closest one is. I bet it's Midland, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Or Odessa. It was just like technically closer, but it's all the same difference.
Midland, Odessa, right. I try to avoid that part of the state at all costs.
It smells.
It's terrible. Avoid it. It's unless I guess you're going to a reptile show, and apparently you can do very well there. But
You sure can.
But for any other reason, it's on the avoid list.
But it was fun to walk around there, and it's not that far away from where we were to begin with. And since you're road cruising anyway, you end up driving past all this stuff.
It's like when you scout locations and stuff too, like there's things to do. Like we could go up to Bal Mora and go here and look around here, but also look at the roads up to it for cuts and things like that too. So you're like doing.
Yeah. And then when we drove back, we were sort of driving sort of behind the lake against all the sort of irrigation canals for all of the, it looked like alfalfa or something they were growing for whatever reason in the desert. So there was water, but we didn't see anything particularly exciting until we saw the Katzaquatas in the parking lot.
Yeah. This place, I can't recommend this place enough in Terlingua. So Terlingua is like the city that's like that surrounds Big Bend National Park. There's Terlingua Ghost Town, which is funny because it was a ghost town, but now they've built it all back up, and it is it has like little restaurants and things. This Vinga is one of the newer places. And they've got a little bit of like goods that like outdoor goods that you can buy, hats, your typical kind of touristy kinds of things. And then they have food, art for sale, things like that. Like it's good vibes.
So Terlingua, I don't know. Maybe people don't know. It's like down near much closer to the border.
It is on the border,
but it is a town with services. But it's very much like, I don't know. It seemed deserty, or
it's much, much, much more.
If that makes any sense.
We were in the high desert. You go down to Big Bend, and you're full in the Chihuahuan desert.
Still no Chihuahuas though.
Still none.
One time
it is.
There might be. Yeah, it's kind of cool seeing like the old timey buildings that were like fixed back up to make a coffee shop or something.
The Starlight Theater is the oldest, I think, restaurant around that area, and then things have built up around it, like gift shops. There's a gift shop. There's all kinds of. Now that is Santa Elena Canyon. That's Balance Rock. I've been up that.
What's the right time of year to herp here? It's so hot all the time.
I would say probably when we were there.
Okay. Yeah, we weren't there very long. We mostly just drove in.
May would probably be it. Although the staff there at the national park, when I've talked to them, they say they find rattlesnakes and things year round. They found an Alterna 3 days before I went to Big Bend last time, sitting on a rock outside the visitor center. And I'm like, fuck off. Get out of here. Nobody wants to hear that.
Like the snakes, I mean, there are obviously many snakes there, and they're a large percent of the total biomass of vertebrates in the just ectotherms in general. But there's more snake biomass in other places. Like I'm assuming, like South Florida, you can see like 50 snakes or wherever.
I
So why
think
is
it's a
Quetzalcoatlus there?
I think it's a difference between
what?
the fact that they're very fossorial out here,
Mhm.
and they very much do not want to be found. And are very, like I always say, like the theme of the trip is snakes are a lot better at hiding than we are at finding, and that
Mhm.
is the lesson, probably the big takeaway. But Quetzalcoatlus, what about it?
I don't
It's
know. Just
cool as hell.
people don't know why I have it in walking through the
Oh,
parking lot.
yeah, they discovered Quetzalcoatlus skeleton out here in Big Bend, where Big Bend is. It's huge. It's massive. Like when you talk about like pterodactyls and those kinds of things, tiny, tiny compared to this thing. It was mostly a soaring. I'm not going to call it a dinosaur because it's not. But they mostly would kind of take off of the mountains and the cliffs, and they kind of just soar around. That's what we think anyway.
Can we ride them though?
You could. I think they have handles.
I watched Dinotopia. I already know.
Yeah. Don't ask stupid questions you already know the answer to.
Okay, so that was fun. We came back. I got a shirt, and we had a nice lunchy thing there. It looked kind of
Food was good.
hipstery, let's be honest. But it's
It
fine.
does. It is probably like you just go in knowing that, but enjoy it. Like just
Did
roll
we
with
see
it.
any lepidus? No. We didn't see any other snakes besides the dead one. Let's be clear.
Yeah, I'm like, when are we gonna drop this bomb?
It's a
herping trip, not a snake hunting trip. Okay,
it's a nature enjoying trip. How about that?
Listen, just being out there for my soul. This is my place in the world. Like this right here is where like Jessica probably was like sick of my enthusiasm because I freaking love it.
I think it's pretty good. I just like looking at things that are natural and not ruined in general.
It is very much that. Yes, I mean it is very much that. There is very little development. You're not going to see a billboard. You're not going to see like Alpine has some billboards like in the city, but like drive 2 seconds and then you're you're out, and you don't see billboards, you don't see subdivision like developments, you don't see any of that. It is as untouched as a region as you're going to get.
Andrew says we need a guide next time. Yeah. Yes. I don't think it was for want of trying. And we went to spots that are the best spots that people supposedly look.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe time of year / water percentage.
And you never know. I mean, you never know if you're going to get a particularly warm weekend or cold, or you could have bigger night drops. Yeah, I'm 100% with purple. Like this is just being out there, and I go here 2, 3, 4 times a year, as many times as I can to just be there. So this time it was like disappointing that I didn't find like the snakes that we were targeting specifically, like the ones that everybody targets. But it's disappointing, but
we found a cow.
We found several loose cows.
My favorite spot everywhere was very cool looking, but I actually really enjoyed driving down Boy Scout Diddler Road. As you come into the canyon and it like squishes you down. There's a lot of water in there, a lot of like little animals farting around, like maybe the highest animal density
I've ever seen.
There's a million things to eat because we're all just wandering around across the road.
All those kangaroo rats and mice and things that we saw, I was like, it was pissing me off so bad because I would see them running in front of the car, and I'm like, all of their food is taunting us. But we can't find a single one of these snakes. We didn't even, I mean, it's amazing that we didn't even find more DORs or just snakes out during even the late morning time.
We probably did. I don't know. I don't know how much gas you God. But there was hundreds of miles of road.
How many times did we get gas?
I don't know.
Like every few hours?
So Boy Scout Road, we did
Yeah.
right before sunset, which was actually attractive because then we could see it during the day, and then we repeated it basically almost. We went, got gas, and came back, and then right after sunset, before it got cold, and did it again.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Boy Scout Road here. This is also a cow that lives there.
One of the locals.
And we didn't see anything not reptilian on Boy Scout Road, but we did see a tarantula right at the out part, right as you come out.
Yeah.
This was what is it called? Texas tan tarantula?
Texas tan. Mm-hmm. That's the
I
common name.
I googled them. Like supposedly they're like in the hobby and people like them and
we
want
have
them.
We have two.
A captive bred?
Mm-hmm. I thought they were wild caught, but my husband corrected me. He's the invertebrate person in the house. He's responsible for that chaos. I only take credit for the reptiles. So he has two of them, and they're both captive. He corrected me. So
he finds rocks daily on the interstate. It only cost me $50 with Safe Light. These are big rocks that are.
Now
different.
I've got the song stuck in my head.
Yeah, this was a male, I believe, crossing the road.
Yes, definitely a male.
He's not very thick.
The males are have the more slender abdomen and then the more spindly legs. And that's not like with every species you can be accurate with that, but usually visually you could look at most like adult tarantulas and kind of visually get a good idea of what you're looking at. And it's usually the males you're going to find because they're the ones cruising for ladies. The females lie in wait somewhere. They lie in wait.
Like human females also.
Yeah, but the tarantulas actually get to murder the the male. If she don't like the way he approaches, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's always murder is always an option.
Well, those were all and then the next day we left after that. We did a little bit more like cut shining that night and drove around Observatory Road again.
Mm-hmm.
And after the second Boy Scout Road, but nothing particularly exciting happened. So that was the trip. I guess we don't have any good advice because we obviously were failures.
I mean, yeah, I think I received some advice before I went there that might be a little early for
shining cuts specifically.
For shining cuts in that area, not Big Bend. Now, I also received the tip that Black Gap was a good place to go in May.
Okay.
It is very sketchy, however.
Like get robbed?
It's not safe feeling there. So I heard that before, but I mean, it's like we had to pick our moment, like, and Jessica actually brought this up. Probably the people who are most successful at this are the people who live near-ish and can say, okay, this is the perfect time. Like, these are the right conditions, not people that have kids, jobs,
a reptile show that I'm leaving tomorrow for.
Right. Like, that have all these things that we have to plan around.
Yeah.
Like, if we could plan it perfect, we probably would have done it slightly different. But
yeah, if you could bust out like a random weekend and be like, oh, this is the weekend, and just go because like it just rained on Wednesday.
It rained like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah, by the time that weekend comes up, you would be much more successful. But I feel like I'm not depressed, and it didn't cost thousands of dollars, Andrew. Andrew thinks it cost a grand. It's like $300 for a hotel and whatever gas, food, stuff you would need anyway to live. And a little t-shirt. And the food was mostly taco based. I want to go to the Chinese buffet.
Although we did eat those burgers at the
the burgers were good.
At the bus.
I had a cheesesteak from that burger. It's like a bus. It's literally a bus.
Bus food truck situation. definitely no mosquitoes or termites.
Yeah, no.
There
it
might
was
have been
good.
termites, but
One person trying to cut at the bottom, the other from the top, and they searched them. We searched like mostly did it like sequentially. So someone looked at the same thing again in
we
case one
were
of us was
3 of
blind.
us. Yeah, there's 3 of us, and we covered the same. We covered the same area 3 times, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I figure, like, if one of us dum-dums missed it, 2 of the others would.
Look differently, and maybe like the first one scared it away, and it went further back into the rocks. But that would have happened almost anyway. So like the hope was the shine.
Uh-oh. Gee, I wonder if I'm still alive. Okay, so
Great, my
you
internet's
there?
gone in the
Okay,
war.
good. I was like, are we still alive? Am I still alive? Is it me? Is it her?
No, it's me because my internet's. Do you feel like you learned any important lessons from this trip?
I mean, I think what I learned is that when you watch a lot of herping videos,
Mm.
you tend to see people snake, and it's like, even though that that's not reality, and most of them do a good job of saying, like, this was over a span of this amount of time. It gives you the illusion that snakes are just lying everywhere for you to find,
Mm.
and that you're going to find tons of snakes, or that we failed, or we just weren't out there enough, or we weren't good at it. But the reality is you have to spend hours and hours and hours at this to find one. 3 nights, while it sounds like a lot, is really not. Like, you just have to be outside all the time, looking constantly. And so I think that's what I would say, not to make excuses. Like, we found lots of cool things. We didn't find the snakes we were looking for, but I always kind of knew that was a possibility.
Yeah, I intentionally go with zero snake.
Yeah, I've never seen them when I've been out there anytime. Like, they're not just lying around for you to just be like, oh, look, right there. It's just sitting out.
Like,
Yes,
I've done,
it happens, but not
like my
you think it
man-hour
is.
search in West Virginia herping, and it's a lot for snakes. You'll see everything else while you're looking for snakes. But that's the whole point of learning to like everything in the natural world, is if you like something stupid that likes to hide from you and is cryptic AF, you need to learn to like other things to like pass the time. Because you're going to be disappointed if you have a lot of preconceived notions about how good you are at detecting something that doesn't want to be detected.
Yeah, don't perceive me, bro. That is the moral. That is, like, I think people, I mean, that's why, like, tin flipping is so successful, because you're finding an animal that's undercover. It's covered up. It's hiding. It's not in plain view. It's not like, I think people think that there's just snakes lying everywhere, that people are just stepping over them, and it's just a matter of looking down or something. And it's like, no, they are really good at hiding.
Yeah,
For
and
a very good
sometimes
reason.
tin flipping doesn't do good because it's not the right region for it.
Right, or it's overflipped or whatever.
Like, I put tin and wood boards in an array where I'm from. It was never productive for snakes, only for like salamanders and stuff. Even on the dry part, they don't give a fuck.
It's yeah. There's an idea that, I mean,
Was it a full moon? Do you remember the lunar cycle? I have
I don't
no
think it
memory.
was. I don't
I
think
feel like it was dark as shit.
it was very dark.
We would all turn off the lights to see if we could learn the chupacabra. Like all the headlamps, we'd be like, it's fucking dark.
Yeah, it's dark.
All the telescopes are up on the mountain. And there were a lot. Like, I don't know. Do we really need that many telescopes? Come on. But that's they make it a whatever. What did you call it?
It's a certified like dark skies heritage site.
Yeah.
It's like even where we were at, which is not a low light. They have certain areas that where you cannot have any kind of light except like red lights or things like that. And you have to point lights downward, like you can't point them upward. There's designated areas, like particularly around Big Bend. But like we weren't even in one of those areas. And when we would turn off all the lights, I mean, you can see so many stars. It's kind of mind blowing. Like
Good.
it's
The,
like 100 times more than what you would see in the city.
yeah, we couldn't see the Milky Way because the arm of the galaxy isn't. We're not facing the right direction yet. I think we will in the summer.
I think
I
so.
don't know what time of year. It's usually in the summer. Milky Way, and I don't need to look it up. But it was the wrong time. It's the wrong time of year. But if the milk we were facing it, we wouldn't see it. Is because it's perfectly dark. Nothing is ruining it.
Well, the impression that I got, like what Emma was saying, up a little for like you have to find them while you're walking to surprise them. I think that's true. And in fact, like when you hear lots of stories from people, it's like, yeah, I just stepped right over it. I mean, that's when I saw my like first rattlesnake out in the wild. Was I literally stepped over it on a trail, and it's like I got the impression like we were walking around that there were snakes everywhere, and as soon as we would come, they would go bloop, and just pull their heads back in, and you know.
Mhm.
Weren't seeing them because the
yeah.
rocks weren't warm enough for them to be like out still absorbing that heat.
Right.
Because it dipped down to like the high 60s pretty quick, especially on Thursday night.
Grubs love plywood.
Facts.
What kind of grubs? Beetle grubs?
I don't know.
I don't know
thinking
either.
too much about this.
Yeah, it was fine. I don't know.
It was.
I saw a bunch of snakes driving back door on the road, and like you know the parts of Texas that are sort of like grassier.
Mm-hmm.
They're still dry AF, but definitely grassier. There was a ton of smushed coach whips and stuff in the road because they're all
You didn't
running
tell me
around.
about this.
Well, what am I to tell you? Like, oh, there's a bunch of snake jerky cooking away on a Texas road somewhere. They're the biggest cream brown colored big snake with no pattern. So I don't even need to stop necessarily. You know what I mean? Like nothing else is cream and skinny like that.
We didn't see one single snake on the way home.
What?
And we were looking. It's like
I almost stopped for some of them, and I was like,
it's yeah. It's not.
Were you on the interstate most of the time?
Yeah. So after we got out of like, once we were on 10 for like 360 miles, I-10. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for Carpet Fest. Even though I don't necessarily love carpets. I mean, I don't dislike them.
It's not about
either.
carpets. Yeah,
I mean, I don't dislike them either.
I don't know. There's nothing else that looks like a coach whip around here.
It looks like a coach whip.
I'm just telling you what I thought they all were.
I mean, it's a product that lives up to its name. It looks like a coach whip.
Yeah, the uniform color. I didn't see any pink ones. Scalation. Does that make you feel?
Yeah, that does make me feel better.
Yeah, only brown ones. The only Merc brown ones. So
yeah, that you didn't get to see them and I didn't. Although, you know, I should just be happy. I should just be happy for you. That's the right answer, but that wouldn't be true.
Driving through all those like that, the road between there and my house is very fast. So because it's Texas, 75, 80 miles per hour, but like nobody's on it. It's like a back roads, paved road. So like you can go very fast, cover a lot of ground. Nobody lives there. But it's like it's not a desert. It's like grassland, whatever. So that you get a different sort of species. How far is the Carpet Fest for me and you?
For me, 5 hours? It's an hour. Hour and a half. Hour and a half.
Now you gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, it's kind of if it's at Reptilandia.
Isn't that where it is again?
I'm assuming I didn't look for what it is, but like for me, it's just there's a restaurant that I like to go to that's right near there. It's called Hooper's. It's the house where they filmed Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, they fixed it up and it's a restaurant now. It's really good. The food's good too. And it's
No
just down
live
the road.
animals. BYOB. Is this for last year's or this year's?
Rules and requests. Make it a rule or just don't say it, you know?
I think this is information for last, like 2024's party. If it's in October, that's a good time of year for a road trip. You know, it's not hot as sin.
It's only just hot.
Right. Well, that counts for something.
October, you never know because it could be rainy, and if it's rainy, it might be cool.
I like that though. Just saying.
I love dreary. Like when spooky season rolls around, that is my time.
It's not even spooky down here though.
It's hot.
Yeah.
But in my heart,
it could be spooky somewhere else.
In my heart, it is spooky.
I wish it was spooky.
It never leaves me. This is spooky bitch.
The problem this year is I have Denver on October 25th, like that weekend. So if Carpet Fest is not then I could go, hypothetically.
It's definitely much more in civilization. Where we were is not representative of most of Texas. But that's like anything. Like Texas is... You have forest, you have coastal plains, you have hill country, you have
straight up
prairie,
swamp.
Straight up swamp. You have the freaking desert, the actual freaking desert. Like it's kind of wild. I mean,
and they have like an eastern deciduous forest looking forest. It's just hot, but it's still like got enough rainfall. You have like a normal mix of trees. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I lived in Beaumont for years. I went to like middle school and high school there, and it's all pine trees. We had huge pine trees in our yard, huge trees, and it rains every day in the summer anyway. Why? It's just total. And then you go over to the other side, and it's like complete opposite in just one state.
Lisa went to the talks and said she was hyped. Yeah, if you, I don't know, maybe we'll do a member live and see if Lisa wants to talk about her experience at the talks. It looked fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What would you like to change next time you go? Do you think you should do something? Go to a different spot? Same spot? Do you want to fight people for your car's possession in Black Gap, or
human trafficked is probably more of the problem.
Oh, do you want to be human trafficked at Black Gap?
Not really. I mean, I've got a lot of problems. I don't need human trafficking added to my list.
For now,
I'd probably go in June.
To the same spot or a different spot? Because all these snakes live everywhere.
Some of these same spots. I mean, these are reliable spots. It's not that there's anything wrong with where we were at, right? Like it was just probably a culmination of several factors. Just wasn't my favorite.
I've heard people talk about Observatory Road and Boy Scout Road and all these dumb roads for, how old am I? 20 years? I've never been. And now I went. So suck it.
Yeah. That was just cool to see Boy Scout Road. I mean, like, that's where my parents' locality are from.
I'm not mad at all. I'm going to be honest. And, like, I don't know. If you had seen, like, I'm going to make a joke, but I'm kind of not joking. Hold on. I need a picture.
It's like, wait till I finish my drink, like swallowing my drink there.
If you had stumbled across a Baird's rat snake that had a face like this, you wouldn't keep it anyway. So it's
No, quite the opposite.
You'd be
If
like,
I ran
"What
into
the
a Baird's
heck?"
rat snake with that head, I would 100% keep it.
now look at it. It's like
Yeah.
start the reactor.
It practically has eyelids on it. Look at it. It's like,
I've never seen it. And then Beaumont is West Louisiana. Says Andrew.
we just say that Louisiana is East Texas.
Y'all guys should just merge. What do you think about that?
We don't want them.
Whoa!
Same thing with Oklahoma. I'm like, you can have that little sliver. That's yours.
Oh, God.
Take it. Nobody wants it.
What if we had states that were split by like physiogeographic region instead of whatever weird reason why the states occur? Wouldn't that make more sense? Because then all the problems of one that's like getting crushed by whatever, too many hurricanes, we'll just double down. Everyone in that state is being crushed by hurricanes all the time, so the insurance rates will be through the roof for the whole state.
You don't get to have insurance.
No insurance. No, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. The things that divide people are, I don't know, often arbitrary, but usually dictated by landscape. What do you think about that?
This is one of your theories.
Don't answer any of these.
This is one of your theories.
Yes, that's how. So we'll divide states by physiogeographic region.
It's just as good as that's just as good as any other reason.
I know. Well, I should shut up. All right. Did we learn anything?
I don't think anybody listening did.
No.
Maybe that we lost all credibility.
Mm-hmm. Well, somehow 8 people are still here. So thank you, all of you.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
It's really just you watching our PowerPoint of our trip where we don't really share anything. But I think, I don't know. It was fun to just, God, I haven't been in a hotel and been like, I'm just vibing and not like worried about the dumb reptile show I have to go to the next day that's going to make me suffer again. I was like, this is a vacation. Even though it was like laborious, I'm like, I don't have to do any work.
But everything we did was fun. Like everything we did was fun. Like we're gonna go see this place. We're gonna go look for critters. Like,
and there was no suffering. You know, you need to go take a nap. Go take a nap.
Took a nap. Yeah, I took a 2-hour nap one day.
Good.
So I could be locked in for nothing. Apparently.
You were supposed to lock in, Jennifer.
I know. It's my fault, really.
I told you at least 30 times to lock in. I don't know why you put up with me. Thank you for that.
No, it was fun. It's like, have you learned anything? It's like, if you want to stay friends with somebody, don't go on a really stressful trip.
It wasn't stressful, though.
It wasn't.
No,
the only stress was self-imposed to try to fight pressure to find stuff.
I know, but you shouldn't have felt that pressure. I didn't feel that pressure. I don't give a fuck.
I did. I kind of let it go, but
okay, but yeah, don't let it. Life is I don't know, too short to lament not finding a snake that doesn't want to be found anyway. Just go back again later for fun.
I just went and I came home, opened a drawer, and there my Baird's rat snakes were.
Easy.
And I'm like,
easy.
Look at me. Look at Desert King snake. Check. I Trans-Pecos rat snake. Check.
You know, one day you'll see him in the wild, and it'll be fine if you want. If you want to, I'm just not. I don't know. I told you. I think before we left, I was like, I'm gonna go in with as little expectation as possible. So I meet. I'm just like la la la, and I have a great time. So there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. The amount of ball pythons is still too high. In the desert? They probably never even seen one. Yeah, we'll be back one day. It made me want to go to Florida bad.
You can take that trip.
I'd have to fly in.
Yeah, I mean, herping in Florida would be fun. I'm just thinking about humidity and heat and just dripping, you know?
Mhm.
And the thing about the desert is that it's warm, but the nights are cool and there's no
Yeah, but it's
humidity
so
and you just,
dry, you feel yourself dying.
like desiccating.
You're like, my lips haven't felt like you can like literally
Like the bugs, man. The bugs were all dry. Like I was like, oh
everything
my
was
God.
falling apart, and then she's making fun of me for my chapstick usage. I'm
A
like, wrong.
lot
I'm
of
staying
chapstick. I was like,
hydrated.
don't get too freaking excited over here. Put the chapstick away. No use for that here. But yeah, no, it's dry. And if you're used to any kind of humidity, everything starts drying
Listen,
out.
I was
You
chalky.
dehydrate.
My skin was chalky. My soul was chalky. Let's be
And
clear.
it wasn't even, we didn't even have like, there's warnings they have that they put out on weather about like dry skin days. Like it's a real hazard. Like that you actually,
and just like
dehydrate
existing, like walking in and out of the car, not even doing that much. It's so dry. It like you're like, I need to go drink 2 pounds of water just to get through daily functioning, which you wouldn't have to do that normally. And I don't know, that part is interesting. But Florida's not like that. You will have swamp, but swamp
everything will be dripping.
That's cool
I've
because
been
it's like
there. No, it's
you're
not cool.
we're a subtropical species. We're supposed to be sort of slightly damp.
I'm feeling pretty Northwestern European. I don't know about you.
Oh gosh, it's I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's the place. God, like this is one of the places I always wanted to herp, but I wanted to herp Florida first earlier.
Yeah, I think that's
people always knew about it, and I did herp it as a 16-year-old, 17, like in high school, but I was an idiot. I didn't have a car, so I was relying on like the good faith of my parents. But so I want to go back as an adult, just like, look what I can do.
Ooh, tomorrow's high in San Antonio. I just saw the alert. May tie the record for May 22nd.
Great. Get all your daily water needs by breathing. Yeah, let's go. Florida.
I'll take dry.
California, it's pretty good. Ash found 4 snakes in 5 hours plus whiptails.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Lisa. No, that's awesome. If you didn't catch the vibe, we're depressed. No, we're not. We're not.
I'm not depressed.
We saw lots of cool lizards and turtles, and it's like we saw everything but snakes. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we saw a baby porcupine, raccoons, like every mammal species.
Everything. Yeah.
A lot.
We saw roadrunners. I know people love roadrunners. We saw roadrunner. We saw quail.
Those weird cardinal-looking things that are from Mexico that are called, what are they called? No, the things with the hairdos.
Titmouse?
No, we saw weird ones. Those. Their name is a word that I can't pronounce. Mexican. And they have like a grosbeak style bill. Bird. Whatever. It was cool. There were many birds.
I'm going to think of it now. Roadrunners are very cool. We had them in Big Bend. We had roadrunners that jump up on your table like begging.
Did the chachalacas come that far north? No, they can't, right? It also made me just want to go to Mexico. Is that I'm just saying.
I see. So here's the thing. Like, I love the border, and people don't like to talk about the border right now. But I think everybody should go down there and really experience it because people are actually pretty okay down there. They're doing just fine down at the border. It's everybody else that seems to have a problem with it.
I just want to see boas.
Yeah, you can
Really,
get into boa
really.
range there. I mean, very quickly.
It wouldn't be that far. On either side, I think like a trip down Baja would be really fun. Fire. Can you imagine that?
Mexico's cool as shit.
Look for gray whales and shit.
Mexico is.
Let's
Mexico's really
go.
cool.
Let's try not to.
You can go and be very safe in some places. You just.
Oh, we saw a bunch of night jars. Did we talk about that? I forgot.
Oh, we didn't talk about it, but I forgot about that actually. We did see night jars. That was really cool. I've never seen those before.
They were eating all the little snackies, little bugs above the...
Doing acrobatic shit.
Yeah, it was very cool. If you're into anything in the natural world, you will find a vibe because it's all pretty natural there. And you can still have a taco if you want.
That's all it is down there. There's plenty of places. Like there is no like I go, like I said, 2, 3, 4 times, as many as I can every year, and I've gone to different. I haven't even scratched the surface. There's just so many different places. Like I haven't been really to Pecos yet. I haven't been. I've been through Black Gap at Wildlife Refuge, but I would really like to spend more time there. And even in the park, even in Big Bend National Park, and we haven't even talked about Big Bend Ranch State Park.
It's a whole other park.
It's a whole other park. It's a
there
state
was
park.
Isla Nubar and Isla Sorna. There's a whole other one.
Yes,
it's almost the same size.
It is, and it is. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have your Santa Elena Canyon. It doesn't have some of those like really famous, like iconic things like Big Bend does, but in a lot of ways, I like it more. There's some different rocks and things, like different types of volcanic rock and different things there that you don't see on the other side.
I to speak Spanish because I don't remember the name of this bird, and everybody's guessing. Is that it? I gotta type that in. We didn't. No, the Trogons, the Quetzal friends. I would love to see one of those, but I'm talking about. Oh well.
You'll think of it like
yeah, and then I'll be mad.
Yeah.
But it's all cool, is what I'm saying in the hood.
It's very, very, very cool. Jessica sucks because because she doesn't ever seem excited. It's I just want her to be excited about like the stuff.
Excited.
She was excited for Jessica. I kind of know how to read it now, but it's not like someone who's giddy and like me. I'm very like, oh my God, I love this so much. And she's just like, look, there's cool rocks over there. And literally on the inside, she's like vibing and like she's just like so excited and loving life. And
I love those rocks. They were nice. I don't know how to like over express myself in person. I'm just like, that's a all cool rock. If I say it's a cool rock, I mean it.
She's one note. Excited, not excited, happy, pissed. It all kind of just
isn't that better than being like, I don't know, careening out of control emotionally all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also I'm dead inside, so you know.
Yeah. That doesn't help.
Yeah, that is my excited face. I kind of like it because it means like I don't need like emotional control. I'm never having a strong feeling. I screamed about some stuff like like that tanager. I was like, look at that fucking tanager. Yes, and you almost crashed the car because I got too excited. So I should probably tone it down.
Yeah. Well, everybody would like get excited and say something really loud, and I'm like, and get your hopes up that it's a snake. But I'm like,
right. No, it's a fucking stupid bird. Your poor husband, he was like, look at these gambusia. And you were like, fuck you. Basically, you said that to him.
Did I?
No, I mean, by tone, you're like, ugh, nobody cares about your stupid fish. And I was like,
now,
they were kind of cool. Come on.
in fairness to me, okay, I have been hearing about this.
Well, he
for
got
like
his dream
like
fulfilled to see
20
an
years.
endangered species of fish.
Yeah, but I've been hearing about these fucking fish for 20 years. Not, and I mean, literally, like, I know I couldn't tell you the exact names, but I could tell you, like, oh, there's like some little pup fish that's only found in the San Marcos River. Like, there's always some, it's always, and I'm just like, numb to it. Like, back in the beginning when I was trying to win them over.
Came true.
Yeah,
Yes, Emma figured it out. The desert cardinal. We saw these fucking things.
Oh yeah, look at its little crest on the top.
It looks like a kid started to draw a cardinal. It's like, close enough.
Make a cardinal look cooler.
But it's called that. How do you pronounce that?
Puruloxia.
You think? There's extra R's.
Mm-hmm.
They're really stressing me out. But these were very cool looking.
Very.
Yeah.
Birds are cool.
They're dinosaurs.
We saw lots of ravens.
Lots of ravens.
Ravens are very cool.
Yes.
I think we can all agree there.
Yeah. All right. I think we did a podcast. I don't know if I don't think we learned anything as usual. And I'm not sure we drove in value, but I just want to let everybody know that if you want to have an adventure, you should just go do it because you're an adult and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money and you just go do it. It's fine. That's what I want to say. Any adventure you want, please adventure.
Yeah, do it. It's worth it. It's good to recharge. It's good.
And not for a dumb reptile show because you're already stressed out anyway. It's got to be separate.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Like and being, I mean, not to be too corny, but like spending time with friends, like people that enjoy the same thing.
Yes, we're friends. Thank you for inviting me along.
Yeah, it's like, spending time with people that
spending time with adults. What do you think about that idea?
You need what?
Adults, just adult humans.
Yeah, no, that's what my husband was saying. He's like, oh, it's so nice to be around another adult person and not children.
Was your husband okay? I was like, is he depressed in the back?
He was having so much fun.
Okay,
he was like, he loves being around Jessica.
Does he?
Like, yeah, he seems like.
I told him that you should do more mouth hugs, so I think that's why he. Did you
on the internet?
I know. Well, that's my advice to everybody's wife.
Yes, I know.
Because I think, you can trick lots of men into whatever if you do enough. Whatever.
So you hear that, men? You're all simple,
aren't they?
You can be manipulated very easily.
Hello.
I'm not disagreeing. We're agreeing.
You don't have to agree.
No, he had a great time. He's like, I think he sees like, I think he says like you're like how he would be if he was more of a talker. Because his brand of spectrum disorder is he does not talk. He doesn't talk. Like he finds it to be like awkward to. He likes to listen. He likes to be around the conversation and be part of it, but he doesn't necessarily want to talk. And so, you and I were like, like the whole entire time, like didn't shut up.
We have like girl brains. Like if you filter an autistic person through a estrogen,
one extra squirt.
I listen. No, it was fun. It was fun chatting with adults about adult things. And Chris doesn't like animals that much. He thinks they're fine. But I was like, hey, look at that fucking rock. He'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, but look at the rock.
But really look at it. I want you to appreciate it the way I appreciate it.
I know. It's a rock, brother.
It's billions of years old.
I want to know what the volcano looked like. too.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Is there a museum in the Great Bend National Park that's like, this
Big
is
Ben.
the geology section of the museum? Let me tell you all about rocks.
There's books about it. Um,
I did apply some chapstick just for Emma to get ready.
we weren't talking about money. I'm surprised.
We were talking about feminine wiles, though, weren't we?
About rocks. Yeah, I don't know that there might be. There's another place I want to go to. It's in the Christmas Mountains. There's a visitor center there too that's run by, I think.
What was the mountain that you thought sounded cool? That we were like, we found a locality.
Oh shoot, yeah. Was it Elephant or Elephant Rock or something?
I don't remember, but that doesn't sound right. But that's okay. But I think like it's interesting that all of these things have these names, but it's like if something else was cooler named nearby and you had a locality of Great Band for that, you'd be like, yeah, like what if it's like called like War Mountain? Oh, and then you could like sell
Buzzsaw Rock
or whatever, like Jawbone Canyon, or there could be many ways that things could be different in the hobby, but because someone found it a long time ago, Christmas Mountain or Black Gap, that became a convention. But like how many animals are like ascribed to a particular locality, but they were just found like on the sidewalk in Fort Davis, and they're like just kidding, it's
just kidding.
Found this on an observatory
this is
road.
Main Street.
Yeah.
Main Street locality,
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at iNaturalist, there people are stumbling across stuff all the time in town.
It pisses me off so bad. Like
they're
every
kicking
time,
them out of the way.
Yeah, they're finding them and moving them and disturbing them so that they'll never be found again. Thanks a lot.
Is Chris basic? He's got car autism. It's like different. What do you think about like people either have a mind of like metal and wheels or not?
I think that's true.
So Alex got that poison, and so that's why I'm going to disown him. It's fine.
You're going to raise them as long as you are legally required.
Yeah, and then after that, I'll cut him loose. Fine. Useless. No, it's just different brains. That's all. I don't think Chris is like, oh, that's pretty cool, but I don't think he's like fixated on the shape of a rock
on
or
a
something
gambusia. It's only found. It's a mosquito fish, for God's sake.
That's it's a temperate guppy. Let's
yes. And it's like it don't look good. It don't look special.
But it's a cold water tolerant guppy. I actually think that's cool because then you could like keep it in a chiller with goldfish or something.
Yeah, we have not cold water. We have gambusia out in our goldfish pond in the backyard.
Are they? But they're like the ones you're supposed to have.
They're local
Flavor. Yeah, I like it because they look like guppies and they eat mosquitoes. I don't know, and their moms are pretty good and they love males with big gonopodia, and I respect the grind. Last question, and then we're leaving. Are we going to this Fredericksburg show?
Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
I am not.
If I went there, I'd have to like fly there.
It'd be cool to make like a DC trip out of it because DC is cool.
Oh my God. If I drive past my family though, they're going to be like, you fucking bitch. And I don't like visit.
How do you know? Maybe they would be just like, let her go.
Yeah, hopefully. Just to attend. Yeah, maybe. It's like almost there where my family's from, but not quite. So it would be like a 6-hour drive out of their way. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. All right, let's say goodbye. I think we're done. Bye, everybody. We didn't learn anything. Thank you for coming. I had fun. Everyone should go do something fun. It doesn't matter where you go. Just go. We have fun.
Let's just keep moving.
Just keep swimming.